2003-04 saw Celtic try and put the previous season disappointment behind them in some style. They started out beating FBK Kaunas and MTK Hungaria 4-0 and 1-0 at home in both legs of the qualifying for the Champions League to go to the group stage for the second time. There they faced Bayern Munich and led in the Olympic Stadium before losing 2-1. Then beat Lyon 2-0 at home, lost 1-0 away to Anderlecht, but beat them 3-1 at Celtic Park. In the fifth game, it was a 0-0 draw with Bayern Munich, and that meant they went to France against Lyon, knowing that if they could avoid defeat, they'd go through. Unfortunately, Celtic were coming from behind twice, but couldn't do it a third time after conceding a late penalty and lost 3-2. That dropped them into the UEFA Cup, where they played FK Teplice of the Czech Republic, beating them 3-0 at Celtic Park before losing 1-0 away, and then it became the big one, Barcelona in the next round. Barcelona were a form team at the time, maybe hadn't been as high as they'd been, what would they do in the UEFA Cup, for instance, but they were flying under Frank Lampard, and now Celtic were able to beat them 1-0 thanks to Alan Thompson at Celtic Park, in a game which saw Rab Douglas sent off. It saw two Barcelona players sent off. It meant that David Marshall had to be the hero in the new camp because Rab Douglas was suspended. And he did it. We got the 0-0. Celtic knocked Barcelona at the UEFA Cup and went on to play Villarreal. Unfortunately, it was a step too far as they drew 1 each at Celtic Park before losing 2-0 away to Villarreal. So no repeat of the UEFA Cup final. Domestically, the League Cup saw Celtic win 3-1 at Partick Thistle, but lost 2-1 at Hibernian. Hibernian went on to beat Rangers in the semi-final on penalties, only to then lose the final to Livingston. In the league, that was an important one. Celtic won their 39th league title, 98 points in 38 games, 31 wins, 5 draws, 2 defeats. Celtic remained unbeaten until the title was clinched at Rugby Park. Indeed, there was a win of 25 wins in a row in that period, a new record. Defeat by Aberdeen actually came at Celtic Park. It was Celtic's first defeat at home since 2001 when they lost to Ajax. And Dunfermline on Trophy Day was the only other defeat that year. So Celtic won all 4 derbies in the league, beating Rangers in every single one of them and the Scottish Cup to completely whitewash them. Henrik Larsson was the top scorer with 30 goals. In the Scottish Cup, it was a 2-0 win at home to Ross County, a 3-0 win away to Hearts in the 4th round, the quarter-final being that 1-0 win against Rangers, the semi-final a 3-1 win against Livingston in Hampden, and in the final, coming from behind to beat Dunfermline 3-1 and win the 32nd Scottish Cup in Celtic's history, and Henrik Larsson's final game for the club. In terms of kits, the 100 Years of the Hoops was the home kit, probably my favourite Celtic kit. They also kept going with the yellow one that were in the Seville season, but had Carlin as a sponsor. This black kit with the gold trim was known as the Black Magic kit and was the away kit for 2003-04. They also wore the new one for the following season, the bottle green and silver kit, which is what they wore in the final against Dunfermline.